the playoffs over in League One is hot to bloody trot. Who's going to take full advantage this weekend in a disrupted League One action? We're going to get into that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today is all about League One action, and we'll get to that in a second. If you knew where you've been, hit the old subscribe. You want to stop shop for Blackpool Rovers, League One, World Football. We're going to all hear under one rooski. Currently, Birmingham and Wycombe are destined for the championship, but the race for the playoffs seems wide open. That's right, with the likes of anybody all the way down to 10th could probably get into this playoffs this weekend. We'll take a look at that all, of course, in a second. Big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. What we're going to do now, though, is revisit the last weekend's drama, bring you up to date with the table, and then look forward to next weekend's action, or this weekend's action. Cannot give you an update with the prediction. You just keep on doing your thing, guys. We'll bring you an update very, very soon. I promise you, it's coming. It's coming very, very soon. Anyway, let's get into it and have a look what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this, guys. These were the games last time around. Barnsley and Burton ended up all square with a 0-0 draw. Of course, all the results are on the left. My predictions are on the right. Or the other way around, sorry. The results are on the right. My predictions on the left. So I went with a 1-1. It was 0-0. Stevenage with the 4-1 win over Exeter. I went with a 2-0 win. Birmingham did beat Rotherham 2-1. I went with a 3-1 win. A 3-0 win, sorry. Blackpool with a 2-2 draw against Charlton. I went with a 2-1 win close there. Cambridge and Wycombe 1-1. I went with a 2-1 away win. Wrexham did beat Crawley 2-1. I went with a 2-0. Stockport lost to actually Stockport won against Leyton Orient, the form team. I went the other way. Northampton also picking up a massive win against Huddersfield, 3-2 wins. I went the other way. Bolton, new manager bounce, didn't get going yet. So I think it's going to start now, right? Schumacher's in now. 1-0 winners for Reading. I went with a 2-1 away win. Shrewsbury with a massive 2-1 win over Mansfield Town. I went with a 1-0 win. Wigan and Lincoln 1-1, 2-1 winners for me. And then Bristol Rovers with a 3-1 win over Peterborough. I went with a 1-1 draw. That's what I went with. What about the table? Well, the table, my friends, looks a little bit like this. As you see, it is Birmingham right now, 4 points clear over Wycombe. They do have 2 games in hand. Wrexham, of course, 4 points of drift of Wycombe. They might have to do it the hard way. Then we have Stockport, Huddersfield, and Leyton Orient. It is a very, very spicy looking playoffs as of right now. But Charlton, Reading, Bolton, Barnsley, even Stevenage have got an outside ambitions to get into those playoffs right now. Going down, it is Cambridge, it is Shrewsbury, it is Crawley, it is Burton as of right now. But don't rule out Peterborough, don't rule out Northampton Town, don't rule out Bristol Rovers at the moment. So those guys could get sucked into it very, very soon. Recap, we are doing a prediction league. It is live and active. I just need to get back in there and give you the results. Just keep doing your thing. I'll do my thing when I get the minute. I tell you, it's been very, very madness at the moment. But we are now looking forward to these rounds of games. Now, there are some of them that are not taking place. I do believe we have 8 fixtures of the 12 taking place. We do have the first one, which is Mansfield against Northampton Town, coming at you over at Mansfield. So let's get into the deep end and talk about that one then, shall we? Mansfield under Nigel Clough, they are 14th for the table, 37 points for the season. They've lost 5 on the spin. They're all the way down to 17% form. Up against Kevin Nolan's Northampton Town, who are in 20th with 30 points for the season. They're on 50% form. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. Now, they played 26 times since 2003. 13 wins Mansfield, 7 wins Northampton. There's been 6 draws between the two sides. Last time around over at this very venue as a 1-1 draw way back in December. So on Boxing Day 2022, the reverse fixture, a 2-0 win for Mansfield in September this campaign. Mansfield on the back of that 2-1 loss to Shrewsbury. Northampton with that massive 3-2 win over Huddersfield Town. The bookies on this one, they go Mansfield on this one. It is in front of the cameras, is it? Or is it? It's on Friday night. Anyway, 2-0 winners, Mansfield taking it, Northampton taking the L. Into Saturday's games we would go. Peterborough against Birmingham ain't happening. I'm not talking about it, but so we'll have to do that another time. Same can be said for high-flying Wrexham against Leyton. That would be an absolute banger of a game, but that also not happening. What is happening is Charlton up against Stevenage. Coming over at the Valley. That's right. Nathan Jones's boys are 7th right now, unbeaten in the last 4. They have 44 points for the season. Up against Stevenage and Alex Ravel. 67% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat in the last 5. They're 11th with 40 points. They played each other 8 times since 2011. 4 wins Charlton, 2 wins Stevenage. 2 draws between the two sides. Last time around at the Valley, it was a 0-0 draw back in April 2024. The reverse fixture this campaign was a 1-0 win for Stevenage. The hosts on the back of that 2-2 draw against Blackpool. Stevenage losing to Birmingham in the Football League Trophy quarterfinals just yesterday or the other day. What are we looking at here? The bookies, they do go Charlton on this one. Nathan Jones's boys, I'm going with a 2-1 win for them as well. The Attics getting a massive win in their boost for playoff action. Meanwhile, Stockport County, up against Barnsley. That's coming to you over at Edgeley Park. Stockport under David Challoner. 4 wins on the spin right now. 4 for the table. 50 points for the campaign. Up against Barnsley. Darrell Clark winless in the last 4. They're 10th. 43 points as well. They're trying to get themselves back in the thick of things. Played each other 14 times since 1998. 2 wins Stockport, 6 wins Barnsley, 6 draws between the two sides. The last 3, both home and away, have ended up all square. 4 out of the last 5 also ended up all square. So what can I tell you about this? Last time around, it was a 2-2 draw. Reverse fixture at Oakville. This campaign was a 1-1 draw. This one could be a 0-0 because it goes 3-3, 2-2, 1-1. Does this be a 0-0? We'll see about that. Stockport, though, on the back of a 1-0 win over Leyton Orient. Back-to-back clean sheets. They've already got half. In fact, they got 3 clean sheets on the bloody spin. Barnsley, just 1 goal scored in the last 3. This could be a 0-0. Who's going there? Who's going to do it? Meanwhile, the bookies' odds on this one, they do go Stockport County, as do I. 2-0 winners. Barnsley look a little bit off at the moment. Bolton against Crawley coming at you over at the Reebok, or whatever they call it these days. Bolton on the Steven Schumacher right here, right now. Can they get themselves into pole position? See what I did there. 9th for the table, 44 points for the season. 2 wins in the last 5 games against Crawley. Rob Elliott, they are 22nd, 24 points for the season. Just 1 win, though, in the last 6. Played each other 4 times to 2012. 2 wins apiece. No draws. Last time around at this very venue was a 1-0 win for Crawley back in January 2021. That was in League 2. The reverse fixture this campaign was a 2-0 win for Bolton. That was back in September. Bolton on the back of that 1-0 loss to Reading. Crawley losing to Wrexham most recently. The odds right here, right now. Bolton fancied heavily. Going to go with a 3-0 win myself, big time, to get the points. Meanwhile, Gary Bowyer's Burton Albion trying to do the unthinkable, the great escape up against Blackpool under Stevie Bruce. Of course, Burton are in 21st right now, 25 points for the campaign, unbeaten now in the last 5. Up against Blackpool, Stevie Bruce, 13th for the table, 38 points for the season, unbeaten in the last 7. They played each other 12 times to 2015, 4 wins Burton, 6 wins Blackpool, 2 draws between the two sides. Last time around over at the Pirelli, in the league, it was a 1-0 win for Burton back in December 2023 on Boxing Day. Reverse fixture this season was a 3-0 win for Blackpool at Bloomfield Road. They also played each other this time around, this season at the Pirelli in the EFL Cup. It ended up with a 4-0 win for Blackpool, who then took on Blackburn Rovers, and they beat us in the Cup. Burton on the back of that 0-0 draw away to Barnsley. Blackpool with the 2-2 draw against Charlton at Bloomfield Road. The odds here, they give it to Blackpool, but only just. This one smells like a draw for me. 1-1 in the end, point apiece. Both sides continue their points tally. Meanwhile, Huddersfield Town against Reading at the John Smith's Kirklees McAlpine Stadium. Michael Duff's boys are 5th in the table. Just 1 win now in the last 6. They got 48 points for the season. Up against Reading, Noel Hunt, just 1 win the last 6. They are 8th, 44 points for the season. They played each other 28 times since 1995. 12 wins Huddersfield, 11 wins Reading. 5 draws between the two sides. Last time around at this very venue was a 2-0 win for Huddersfield back in May 2023 in the Championship. The reverse fixture, a 2-1 win for Reading at the Matchday back in September. Reading on the back of that 1-0 win over Bolton, and Huddersfield losing to Northampton Town. 3 defeats on the spin for Huddersfield at the moment. Bookies for this one, they give it to Huddersfield. I am too, but I really don't believe in them at the moment. They look a little bit shit, and they could be one of those, the team that probably makes way for another one in those playoffs at the moment. Meanwhile, Lincoln up against Cambridge coming at you over at Sincil Bank. Lincoln and Michael Scabula, 12th in the table, 39 points for the season, just 1 defeat in the last 4. Up against Cambridge under Gary Monk, just 1 defeat in the last 4 as well. But they are rock bottom still, 24th in the table, 22 points for the season. Played each other 23 times since 2002. Got 8 wins Lincoln, 6 wins Cambridge, 9 draws between the two sides. Last time they played at this venue was a 6-0 win for Lincoln. That was back in March 2024. They've won 3 on the spin against Cambridge, including the reverse fixture in Cambridge back in September. They've scored 11 goals in those 4 games. And they haven't conceded a goal against them in the last 4. Wow. Lincoln, though, drawing 1-1 with Wigan most recently. Cambridge also drawing 1-1 with Wycombe most recently. The bookies, though, they go with Lincoln. They're favoured for the victory. I'm going with the 1-0 win on this one to take it to the house. Rotherham up against Shrewsbury coming out of the New York Stadium. That's right, Steve Evans' boys. 15th for the table, 37 points for the season. They've got just 1 win in the last 4. Up against Shrewsbury, Gareth Ainsworth. 2 wins in the last 6. They're on 42% form. They've got 23 points for the season, and they're 23rd in the table. They've played 22 times, though, since 2007. 6 wins Rotherham, 9 wins Shrewsbury, 7 draws between the two sides. last time around at this venue was a 3-0 win for Shrewsbury back in March 2022. The reverse fixture in Shrewsbury was a 1-1 draw back in September. Rotherham losing to Bradford of the League 2 in the Football League Trophy quarter-finals. They're out. Shrewsbury with a big 2-1 win over Mansfield last time around. Bookies, though, for this one, they go with Rotherham, who've just been a little bit off it. In fact, they've been a lot off it this season. So I'm going to go with a win, though. 2-1 winners. They should win at home against a struggling Shrewsbury Town. Wycombe against Bristol Rovers. I don't think it's happening, so we can, or is it happening? I've got 2-0 winners there. Why is that? I don't think that's happening. So forgive that one. If it was happening, I would have went with a 2-0 win. Let me just quadruple check here. I don't think it's happening. If it is, hit me in the nuggets. I don't see it. I don't see it. I do not see it. But if it was happening, we would have won a 2-0 win. And then finally, we go Exeter City. Or do we? Or do we go Exeter City? This also is probably postponed. Yeah, this one's also not happening. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this one's not happening. I would have went with the 2-1 win for Wigan, but it ain't bloody happening, folks. Now, if I'm right, which is going to make this a little bit skew-if, the table would look like this. It wouldn't look like it really because I did calculate those other games that didn't take place. Well, if I'm right, this is what the table will look like, sort of. Wycombe will not be that close, of course, but the playoffs will look similar to this. Wrexham, Stockport, Huddersfield and Charlton going down. Burton, Crawley, Shrewsbury and then Cambridge. Of course, we'll bring you bang up to date with it all and everything next weekend. Or next week, should we say, a bit of a mix-up, catch-up week. But until then, subscribe, smash like, catch you later, guys and girls. We'll see you on the other side. But until then, we are done.